The hegemony's third fleet hung in the void like a constellation of death. 300 warships arranged in perfect battle formation around the mining colony of Kepler 442b. Admiral Vexithara's mandibles clicked with satisfaction as she surveyed the human settlement through her flagship's viewports. The primitive structures below would burn beautifully. "Admiral," her tactical officer reported, his scaled hide shifting colors with excitement. "Long-range sensors detect a single human vessel approaching. Classification unknown. It appears to be alone." Vexithara's compound eyes focused on the tactical display. A single dot, pathetically small, crawled toward their mighty armada at sublight speeds. The bridge erupted in chittering laughter from her crew. "One ship?" She clicked her mandibles in amusement. "These humans never cease to entertain. Do they think one vessel can stand against the might of the hegemony?" The human ship was unlike anything in their databases. Sleek where human vessels were typically bulky, it moved with an odd grace that seemed almost organic. Strange geometric patterns covered its hull, and it radiated energy signatures that made no sense to hegemony science. "Incoming transmission, Admiral," the communications officer announced. "Put it through. Let's hear what desperate plea they offer." The main screen flickered to life, revealing a human female with graying hair and calm steel-gray eyes. She wore a simple uniform with no visible rank insignia. "I am Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Prometheus," she said, her voice steady despite facing impossible odds. "You have 30 seconds to withdraw from this system before I am forced to take action." The bridge fell silent for a heartbeat before exploding into raucous laughter. Vexithara's sides shook with mirth. "Captain Chen," she wheezed between laughs, "surely you jest. You face 300 ships of the line. Your vessel, whatever it is, cannot possibly—" "20 seconds," Chen interrupted, her expression unchanged. "This is amusing, but I grow bored," Vexithara snarled. "Weapons, target their engines. Let's capture this fool alive for interrogation." "Admiral," the sensor officer's voice cracked with confusion. "The human ship, it's beginning to fold." On the tactical display, the lone dot that represented the Prometheus began to split, then split again, and again. Within seconds, what had been a single contact became dozens, then hundreds, then thousands. "Impossible," Vexithara breathed. "No cloaking technology can—" "They're not cloaked," the sensor officer whispered. "They're real. All of them. The human ship has somehow replicated itself across multiple dimensions simultaneously." The space around the hegemony fleet suddenly blazed with light as thousands of identical Prometheus vessels materialized from parallel realities. Each one was armed, powered, and crewed by alternate versions of the same crew. Captain Chen's voice echoed from every ship simultaneously, creating a terrifying harmony. "You laugh at humanity's tendency toward overkill. You mock our apparent weakness. But you fundamentally misunderstand what it means to be human." The nearest hegemony destroyers opened fire, their plasma cannons lancing out at the multiplied human vessels. The beams passed harmlessly through several ships before striking others with devastating effect. But for every Prometheus destroyed, 10 more seemed to take its place. "We are the species that looked at splitting the atom and thought, how can we make this bigger?" Chen's thousand voices continued. "We are the people who invented weapons capable of destroying our own world, then built enough of them to destroy it several times over. When faced with the vastness of space, we didn't just build one colony ship, we built fleets of them. The Prometheus vessels began their attack, but instead of conventional weapons, they deployed something far more terrifying: human ingenuity, multiplied across infinite realities. Some ships fired antimatter warheads, others unleashed swarms of self-replicating nanobots. A few simply rammed hegemony vessels at relativistic speeds, their mass channeled from dying alternate realities. "Shields failing!" the tactical officer screamed as reality itself seemed to bend around them. "They're using quantum entanglement to synchronize attacks across dimensional boundaries." Admiral Vexithara watched in horror as her mighty fleet was systematically dismantled by what appeared to be an impossible enemy. Ships that should have been destroyed reformed from parallel dimensions. Weapons that missed their targets somehow struck them anyway through quantum probability manipulation. "Retreat, all ships, retreat," she commanded, but it was too late. "You see?" Captain Chen's multiplied voice explained as hegemony vessels burned around them. "When humans say overkill, we're not describing excess. We're describing Tuesday. We are the species that heard 'kill it with fire' and invented flamethrowers, napalm, and nuclear weapons. We looked at conventional warfare and asked, but what if we could fight this battle in every possible reality simultaneously? The few surviving hegemony ships that managed to escape hyperspace did so with a new understanding. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their courage. It was their absolute refusal to fight fair when the stakes mattered. As the last enemy vessel vanished into hyperspace, the thousands of Prometheus ships began to fade back into their parallel dimensions, leaving only the original vessel behind. Captain Chen stood alone on her bridge once more, calmly adjusting her uniform. "Prometheus to Kepler Colony," she transmitted to the mining station below. "Threat neutralized. The barbecue scheduled for Saturday is still on." In the depths of space, the surviving hegemony officers would carry word back to their empire. "Never underestimate a species that considers mutually assured destruction a reasonable foreign policy."